Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the Mystic Messenger. This is your reading for February 2018. And there's some celestial things going on. We are having a lunar eclipse. It's a super blood moon eclipse on January 31st, and this is 11 degrees into the sign of Leo. So if you have Leo in your chart anywhere, take a look, and anywhere between 7 to 15 degrees into Leo, that house will be affected by this eclipse. So, and Taurus, this will affect you. Let me see, I have a cheat sheet here. Taurus, this will affect you in your family and home in the 4th house. So basically that means changes in family, changes in your home, could be moving, could be painting, could be just cleaning out a closet, but there is some movement and some changes that will be happening with your family and your home. This eclipse, when there is a solar eclipse, we had a solar eclipse a couple months ago, that begins the energy rolling. So if you have done the work between the eclipses, you will be rewarded with your second eclipse. So any hard work that you have done to make some changes that were initiated by that solar eclipse, you will be rewarded, or you will make gains from this lunar eclipse. If you have not done the work, you've just thought about it and not put any effort or change into it, then Spirit comes and kind of blows up everything in front of the neighbors. So if you've done that hard work, you've had those conversations, then you will be rewarded. But if not, a lot of times the eclipses come in and it's kind of chaotic in the beginning to initiate the change. So Taurus, I encourage you to make those changes, have those conversations, and reap the benefits of the hard work. I know you guys do not shy away from hard work. And for many of you, a lot of the Tauruses a lot of my client Tauruses, you've done the hard work, and now you are ready to reap those benefits. Okay, let's see what Spirit has for you, sweet Taurus. Okay. I'm going to find my space here for a minute. Welcome in all the planets, welcome in all the directions. What is above, so it is below. And this is a reading for Taurus for February 2018. Ooh, a little discord in your communications. What crosses you is the Queen of Swords. It's an air sign. Page of Wands, can be messages or children. Ace of Cups, God cards. The Tower, lessons through destruction. That's if you have not done the work. Let's see what the basis is. A Knight of Cups. It's a water sign. Dreams. High Priestess. Love that card. Time to be in your power. Ooh, a little betrayal. Looks like maybe betrayal at the home. And the World. So the World is great. That's the highest exalted card in the deck. It's the last one. So the Fool is the beginning of the journey. The World is the end of the journey. So you have some, wow, you got a little bit of discord going on here. But you also have some wonderful tools, wonderful gifts that can get you through this. But Taurus, the very first one is a little bit of communication static. And this feels more on the interpersonal level versus the work level or community level. So this feels like some of your interpersonal relationships and the communication within them have been a little bit staticky or a little bit misunderstood. And it looks like that you have had to take a step back, either from some friendships or some family members, just to clear your head, to figure out what you need to do for you, what your next step is. The fire sign here, the wands kind of light up for me as movement. So it feels like in the next coming month or so that you will have some movement, either with your home, your family, or, not not connecting or unconnecting with people that you used to connect with. So it looks like you are really changing a lot of how you communicate, the people that are around you, who is positive in your life and who is a negative Nelly. So it looks like you're really letting go of some friendships and relationships that do not serve you, that are only static promoting, the no resolution. And it looks like you have really tried over the years, months, years, whatever it was, to resolve these things. And it just hasn't come about. So it looks like just taking a step back from some of these interpersonal relationships. It doesn't mean forever. It just means you need a break from either negativity or negative opinions or just misunderstandings. Sometimes just pull that energy back and you can get clarity. But it looks like a little discord and a little bit not being able to hear each other kind of thing. The Queen of Swords here is what crosses you, and the swords are air signs, so that's Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And one of your main discords may be with a Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen is usually someone exalted, usually that has great wisdom, or they are older. They are older. Usually older than 30 or 40. But it feels like some miscommunication was happening with this Queen of Swords, or you're just not on the same page. So you may need to just take a step back from this air sign. Again, that is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, and just find your balance before you jump back in there and try to resolve. But it looks like you're really at a static point with this person and with others too. It's not just this person, but it looks like the main focus right now is this Queen of Swords. What is above you is the Page of Wands. Wands is motion. Page can be children. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius is the wand. This actually feels more like a message that came. Yeah, so this looks like something you're already aware of, Taurus, that you either got, a Christmas card, an email, a phone call, somebody from the past. But it's right on top of this misinformation in the Tower, so it feels like it may be even gossip or something that was not accurate when it was given to you. So be aware of other people's information and passing on other people's information until you check all the sources. But this looks like it's communication or a message of some type that was misleading. So be aware of that. What is in the past is the Ace of Cups, and I love the Ace cards. They are the God cards to me. And Cups is water sign. That's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Water is emotions. Water is movement. So it looks like you have made a decision just recently to make those big changes, to embrace some movement in your life and to kind of do some of the hard work that you've been avoiding for a while, dear Taurus. So it looks like you grabbed the bull by the horns, literally, and really allow yourself to feel those emotions, feel the losses that you haven't allowed yourself to feel so you can move forward. It looks like you are already moving forward into some of your highest creative essence, but it does look like you're having to kind of march through a little bit of muck before you get there. It's always darkest before the storm, my dear Taurus. So even though you are on your path, you are listening to the God of your heart, your inner self. You're doing some of the hard work. Continue to do some of the hard work, and that energy will move. That will move, but you got to stay focused. Don't lose faith in yourself or in the journey. So the Tower card is lessons through destruction, and I'm feeling like this is kind of more of the same. If you go back to the job, the relationship, the house, go back to the behavior, the addiction, whatever it is that you're trying to move forward from, it looks like you will have a period of revisitation. And the longer you stay in that revisitation, the more crisis bound the change will be. The change is coming, it's going to happen. So just stepping back into that old behavior, the old pattern, the old relationship, the old job, whatever it was, you know it is not healthy for you. You know, and going back to something for guilt is not really of our highest creative essence. So be aware of what temptations are there. Be aware if you know you're supposed to leave something, a job, a partner, a house, and you feel it, please do it, because this is lessons through destruction. There is absolutely no debate about it. So if you revisit something, you cave in after you've set a boundary, this is the result. That is in the present time. So really take a look at the boundaries, keep them up, and keep moving forward. Don't go back into the past behavior if it's possible. A lot of times we have to go back to feel the pain, to feel the despair, to really feel the uncomfortableness of the situation, to really decide to fly out of it. So it's not necessarily a bad thing if you take 2 steps back. It's just delaying your growth a little bit. So what is in the future card is kind of the jubilation card. It is the 4 of Wands. There's some motion there. There's some joy there, some bliss, really reconnecting with people from the past that help you find your smile. So it looks like that is what's going to be happening, especially after this test and after this strife, really connecting with those that have your best interests, that have unconditional love, whether it's a family member or a very dear friend that you've held in your heart. And that will help you get clarity, find your smile, and that's coming up, as winter moves more in towards spring. We allow ourselves to be more jubilant and get outside more and reconnect for barbecues and social gatherings. So this is a card of social gatherings and fun and enjoyment. So the Knight of Cups here is the basis of all this, and the cups are water signs. That's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and this feels like someone from your past has been sneaking in. This could be what the message got. And, I don't put a gender usually to my cards. It can be male or female. Knights, it could be a friend of the past. It could be a lover from the past. But somebody has kind of sparked your interest from the past, and you've reconnected on a more present time level. As I said, it is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Knights usually depict someone that is protective, someone that is noble, a little flibbity-jibbity maybe. They have an exalted to the king position. And it also could be someone around 30, a little bit younger than the king or the queen, which is usually 30 and above or 40 and above. So this could be either an ex-lover, a friend, someone from the past. Doesn't look like there was any huge tumultuous stuff. It just looks like maybe your lives weren't accommodating to have your relationship. But it looks like someone from the past is coming back. So that's a water sign. Next is the Hopes and Dreams card. This is the 7 of Cups. And this can stand for, it's time to re-up your bucket list. All the things that you thought would give you great joy that you've accomplished, they really didn't, or they did, and you're done with that part in your life. And now it's time to re-up your wildest hopes, dreams, and desires. It also can stand for a few is kind of living in an illusion. Really not looking at how things actually are, but focusing on how you want them to be instead of the actual. And if that's something that's in your awareness, Taurus, please look at things honestly. We can only change things from the reality of what they are, not what we wish them to be. So this kind of has a double meaning. Don't live in the past, don't live in a fantasy land, but it also means start creating your wildest dreams, redo your bucket list, figure out where you are today. Many of us, when we make our bucket lists, we're younger and we still hold the vision of that, 10, 15 years later. You have grown as a spirit. You have evolved as a spirit, Taurus. So all these hopes and desires, whether you have accomplished them or not, they may not be in line with your wildest dreams or your karmic journey that you're here for. Your high priestess is here, so you've kind of ignited the either God of your heart, the spirit of your heart, your magic. And it looks like you're collecting information, whether it's reading books, taking a yoga class, taking a meditation class. And, even atheist folks can, pray to a tree or something higher than themselves. It's not necessarily a God thing. It's not a challenge to your belief system at all, but it is increasing your belief system in yourself. And really getting in touch with your magic, whether it's taking a class, asking for information, just kind of upping your own spiritual skills, if you will. So that is something that's already started to incorporate, and it's in the hopes and dreams position, so it looks like something you want to continue throughout your life. What is in the culmination part is the 10 of Swords. Tens are the endings. That is the ending of a situation. And this is betrayal. This is heartache. This is lying. So someone is not being honest with you, or you're not being honest with yourself about a situation. It may be a relationship. It may be a job. It may be a house, friendship. But there's something big that needs to shift and needs to change, and you know about it, Taurus. So please make those changes. You've got to make the changes or it's going to blow up. These are very uncomfortable cards. So no more hesitation. Put yourself first. Set your boundaries and do the hard work. Do the hard work. You're halfway there. You've done half of it, but really putting it into play. And, the way that spirit works, especially with eclipses, if we ignore something that we absolutely know. You have a really bad cough. You know you need to go to the doctor, but you don't. But you need to. Well, guess what? It turns into pneumonia and then you end up in the hospital. That type of devastation is with these cards. So if it's a relationship that you need to speak your truth, please do so. If it's a job that you are asking for a promotion, please do so. Do the hard work. Say the hard things. The world is on one side. So if you do this hard work and really kind of not stay in this wounded victim place, you can create just about anything. Absolutely anything. It's very interesting. This is the wounded victim here. And on this side, it's new beginnings in your home and your life. And, it could be moving. This is moving and family. And the focus this month very much is on family and home for you, Taurus. So clean that up, please. Clean it up. You're halfway there. Do the rest of the work, and the world will reward you. Whatever you put out in the world, you get rewarded for tenfold. So if you put negative out in the world, you'll get negative tenfold. Same thing with positive, and the world is right here. So step out of the victim stuff. Speak the hard words. Say what you need to from the heart with love and kindness. It's a huge change, and it is kind of a fundamental change for you, Taurus, the way that you have spoken and kind of acquiesced to either partners or figures of authority. Now it's time to see yourself as an equal and to speak that truth. You don't have to be the perfect person in order to stay in that job, stay in that relationship. You can be you. You can be you. No more hiding and no more victim stuff. Okay, Taurus, I know that's a tall order, but I know you're diligent, you can do it, and you're halfway there. So just take a step into the unknown and start the rest of the journey. I'm going to throw a couple of these chakra cards for clarity. Let's see what's going on here. Growth. Well, that just about says it all, doesn't it? And that's where you are. You are growing, and you were right in the last phases, the last stages of that growth. Just sticking to those boundaries, speaking from your heart. And instinct. So, of course, you've got the high priestess and instinct, so please trust yourself. Trust the God of your heart, the God of your head, or your own vision, your instinct. Use that above all else. If somebody's telling you something and it doesn't feel right, no matter how adamant they are, please trust your instinct and your intuition first over theirs. Trust your truth over and above. Okay, dear Taurus, that is a reading for February. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. I will be back at the end of February for your March reading. And in the meantime, live life gently, but with fire. Namaste.